What is going on, chat? Whoa.
What's going on here?
Whoa. That was weird.
I feel creepy.
I hated that.
Welcome. Yeah, I was like, whoa, that was funky. Welcome to the show, guys. Excited to have you guys here. Welcome to your All Sauce team. It is Friday, your favorite day of the week. Excited to talk NBA with you guys. Yeah, that was gross, Chef. Absolutely disgusting. Also, love the photo. Let's go. Excited to have all of you guys with us. Welcome to your favorite Friday activity. It's Friday, boys. Let's get fucking rocking and rolling. We've got a beautiful game in front of us tonight. Excited to talk about the NBA with you guys. My name is Sweatpants Jesus.
My name is Vsauce.
And I'm just like,
Let's fucking get it, baby. I'm so excited Chef's here. He joins us. He's got his new photo rocking and rolling. Boys, I'm sure you know both of those songs, but I thought I'd go ahead and throw them into the intro today in honor of Inside the NBA maybe not being in existence anymore. Bye, Chef. Much love. Thanks for being here. Inside the NBA might not be in existence anymore. But that was the original. The first part of it was the Round Ball Rock, which was the original song that NBA on NBC used to have, and then the second part of it was Inside the NBA. So
they're
we shall see.
Recording that with a new.
I heard that
and using it for the Olympics potentially.
That's what John. What is his name? John.
Whatever the composer's name is. He was on.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. He was on Dan Levitar podcast, and he said that, which will be pretty electric. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Inside the NBA. I mean, we've got, Charles Barkley saying that if it does end up getting axed, then we're going to have maybe his production company is going to pick it up, and then so there's so many question marks about it. Actually, our buddy Devin at Betting News wrote a piece about it. Which you guys could go peep the scribbles about that. It's talking, kind of laying out everything that's kind of happened around all of that situation. But crazy, man. I mean, we only do the NBA show once a week now. We've kind of been talking about it between us, but it's something to definitely mention in this conversation about just what the best sports show on the internet, I would say, or on the internet / streaming, whatever. Wouldn't you guys agree? That's your favorite sports show of all the sports shows?
Dude, when the games end and it's a TNT night, I am ready to watch Inside the NBA. Watch Charles bitch that he wants to go home soon. Watch Shaq fucking mumble his way through fucking 11:30 at night fucking broadcast. It's great.
Fucking Shaqting around, come on. Yeah. Ding. The light bulb's going off right behind Mr. V.
Hopefully it has some good ideas, not some dim ideas.
What's up, Joe? Thanks for tapping in on Twitter. Thanks, guys, wherever you're viewing us today. This is brought to you by the Betting News Network and our sponsors at Bet Online. Get involved with Bet Online with the brand new, with the deposit bonus of $1,000 or more with the QR code above Mr. Sook's head right over there. Excited to have you guys with us wherever you are watching us. If you're watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on Twitter, get involved with us over on Instagram and TikTok. Give us a follow if you haven't already. Instagram, betting.news, TikTok at your betting news. All of that, and more. Boys, we're about to head into a 3-day weekend for us in the United States. Sook got his last weekend. We get ours this weekend, Vsauce. With you, now you are the honorary American. You get to enjoy the American holidays, baby. Memorial Day on Monday. We will be celebrating some this weekend. So you got any big plans this weekend, guys, to celebrate Memorial Day?
I don't, man. I got some school stuff I gotta kind of take care of this weekend, so I'll be locked into that and awaiting July 4th, maybe. Maybe that's maybe that'll be my first American holiday that I celebrate here.
Oh, I will also be playing catch up and just sweating on playback. That's my only plans for this weekend.
Nice. It's supposed to be pretty where I'm at this weekend. I'm going to spend some time outside, do some outside things. The pool around the corner is opening on Monday, so vibes are high. Summer's here, ready to rock and roll. Yep, we got all the and honoring our soldiers, obviously, that have fallen. We'll talk about it some more this weekend and obviously on Monday. But thank you, Gerald, for your sacrifice. Thank you for your sacrifice. We got a fun show for you guys today. As you can see at the top of the screen, we have Smash or Pass for you guys. It's a special edition today that and on this channel and on this show and all the shows that we do on this channel, guys, we like to keep it pretty nice. We like to not really bitch at each other. We like to keep it pretty straightforward with you guys. But today we're gonna get a little saucy with you. in honor of it being the All Stars team. And then after that, we're going to talk about some of the posts of the week. Then we're going to dive into the one game of the night, the Western Conference Finals, Game 2 between the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. Give you guys some analysis, kind of look at some stuff on outliers, see what we're kind of finding for this game. We already have the Saucy 3 cooked. It has been put together for you guys. It has been previously booked. We had it yesterday with the Betspresso. Ended up working out yesterday, so we're going to rock and roll with it again today. We've hit 2 Betspressos this week, guys. Let's make it 3. This could be a record week for this channel and for betting news. So let's keep it rocking and rolling.
Especially because we're hitting on Sunday too.
It's already been determined. Friday, Saturday as well. We might as well just go for the whole shebang, you know.
Yep.
All right, Paul. That's a good one. We'll do that through the summer. We got plenty of opportunity for bunches more.
We kind of have that. We have 2 games today, SPJ. We have a new
2 games,
and we have the
new game
Master Pass. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So so which one do you want to get us started with? Should we start with Smasher Pass? Get the vibes rolling.
Oh yeah, let's start with Smasher Pass.
All right. Let's do. All right. So for Smasher Pass today, because usually I'm so used to you being kind of behind the shadows now on the other shows. Now you're up here with me, pressing buttons, or with us. What do we got today for Smasher Pass?
We kind of have it, Paul, but not fully. We got basketball accessories today. Interested to know what you boys are gonna think about each of these. We're gonna go run through it real quick because we got the other game and we got 5 of these. So let's start here. Basketball accessories, headbands. I'm pretty serious about this, so I will go first. I think the headband issue is for me, it's a complete pass if your hair is like medium length, like mine. But if you have like SPJ's hair or you're bald, then fine, smash. But these dudes that are wearing like headbands with like medium length hair, why are you wearing it? Your hair's not in your face. The sweat's not
like Kyle Korver, for example.
Yeah, if Kyle Korver was rocking one, it'd be weird, and he has.
Or no, not Kyle Korver. Fuck. Wow, I just went back in time. Corey Kispert is what I meant. Yeah,
it's weird. What are you doing?
Kispert. I will smash because as a person with long hair, as you said, I have to wear a headband when I do hardcore physical activities because otherwise my hair just turns into it just gets everywhere. Even if I put it in a bun, it like falls. So yeah, absolute smash. I like the ones that you tie though, like the tie ones. I have a couple Nike ones that you tie. Yeah, the ninja ones. I like that one. I don't like these types of headbands.
I know we're doing basketball accessories, but I feel like I'd be a big hypocrite if I.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Of course.
I think.
Of course.
And so I've never worn one of these sweatbands, but I've had long hair at times. I've had long hair down to here at times. So I've definitely.
Even when you played ball and your hair was super long, you wore like those like black string ones that held your hair back.
I was trying to be. Because I know I got a big head, man. You put a big thick ass sweatband on this too. It's just some things don't mix well.
Not good looking.
Right? Self-awareness.
That's awesome. It's key. It's crucial.
Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Shooting sleeves, made famous by these 2 guys, mostly at the bottom, Mello and AI. Are you guys rocking shooting sleeves?
Absolute smash. I wore them when I played. Absolutely love these so much. What's up, Mokies? Absolute smash. On the knee, only one though. The 2 looks weird. You got to pick one. And I would always wear it on my shooting elbow. So smash.
V?
I'm with Gerald. Like it's about self-awareness for myself. Like I don't think I'm a terrible shooter, but I'm definitely not like shooting 45-50%. So you know what I mean? Me putting on a shooting sleeve it's an exercise in futility. That's what I'll say. I'm here to bang around, get some rebounds, and play some defense. Maybe hurt 1 or 2 people. That's it. So pass.
All right. Oh, Mokies. It's okay, buddy. We're gonna do it again tonight. Don't worry. Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't cash out with Chef. So
yeah,
if it makes you feel any better, I was happy that he did, and V tapped the buttons too, but I did not. So it's all right. We were in the same boat. It was the most electric cash I've ever experienced live, though. It was amazing.
Yeah, so dope. Yeah, I'm passing on these. They're not comfortable. Whenever I've tried to wear one, they're just not comfortable.
Oh, dude. They're so nice. I might go fucking put one on for sweats later. I actually don't have mine anymore. But
I will say I have
I
this vivid memory as like a young kid. Like when I'm just starting to play basketball, I was like maybe like 11, 12, and I'm like at the local rec center or whatever. And one of the kids has a shooting sleeve, right? He's shooting, and like he's a friend of mine, and he's like, "Yo, you got to try this." So he takes it off, to puts it on my arm, and and all of a sudden, instantly, just sweat on my arm. That's all I could feel, and I have this vivid memory of that. And ever since then, I can't. Nope.
feel bad. I don't have it anymore, Magic Man. I'm sorry. I don't have it anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
Just cut up a long sock, throw it on there,
and just put it on. I'm gonna show up in my whole fucking basketball garb later with my Jordans on too.
You know, SPJ has a school uniform somewhere.
Oh,
I do actually. It's at my mom's house though.
what's up?
What's up, Gizo? Yo.
Oh,
All right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Yeah, you're right. These like rubber silicone wristbands. Absolute smash for me. I loved wearing these on my left hand for some reason. I don't know why, but I did. Unless the ref told me to take them off. I loved wearing these.
It's not Jordan 1s, but yeah.
Smith shit, right? On his or Nick Young.
Yeah. I wore wristbands when I played, so I'll say smash. I don't know. Kind of
These
Pass?
yeah, you can get your finger caught in them and all types of shit.
So many times. As somebody who reaches way too much, no, I'm just kidding.
What's up,
All right.
Austin?
Low top shoes.
Oh, pass. Miss me with that.
Pass.
I roll 7,000 ankles, dude. Absolutely not.
Insane.
I'm a 2 ankle brace on my feet when I play basketball kind of person. So, and that's in high tops. So,
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
We're all in the
absolutely
same
pass.
weak ankle boat.
Yeah, I rolled my ankle. I have to wear a brace on my right ankle when I play because like I rolled it so many times. But yeah, I don't understand how guys can play in low top shoes. Like it's crazy to me. I even don't like to go play pickup in low top shoes. Fuck that.
Yeah. All right.
I actually have these LeBron Soldiers, the last ones that released. They were sitting in Wisconsin for a little while, and I just got them back in my possessions. And I haven't hooped in a little bit, so I'm excited to have them back.
Jalen Brunson wears low tops, and it's very crazy to me to see. Like it's very.
He wears
wild,
Kobe's.
but
He wears like these ones.
yeah, very similar. Yeah. I just brother, no way.
All right.
I've always
last
wanted to
one.
own a pair of Kobe's, but it's dangerous.
Okay, real quick story time. I had those black and red Kobe's, the first ones that came out. V was on the team with
The
me. We had
19s or something? The 21s?
no idea. They're the first low top ones. And I had them. I wore them for exactly one game. One game. After the game, I took them off and sold them to a teammate. Literally handed them to him and said, "Here you go. I don't fucking want these." I rolled my ankle twice that game.
Got your sook stank on it.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, bud.
Mm.
All right.
Here you go.
Last fucking one. Well, whatever Ben Wallace was doing.
Unless your bicep is the size of somebody else's head, you can't do that. So only Ben Wallace. Only Ben Wallace.
Yeah, pass. I do like. You didn't say sweatbands on the arm, which I like those too. Like you have, like I do like the not the ones like around the wrist. Fuck that. Like the mid arm ones, not this top one. That's kind of funky. So, but yeah, pass.
I'm smashing it. He looks like a fucking psycho. I would not want to have to box that guy out. Yeah, dude, Ben Wallace was an absolute madman.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially with the pro. All right, smash or pass. That was it.
But I know SPJ is super excited to do the next one.
All right, guys. So now we have a new segment, which we're going to be rolling a lot more. We're going to bring this on to other shows too, because I fucking love this. We're doing Bozos of the Week. Obviously, this is more NBA centered. And it's a good chance for all of us to kind of sound off on a few people in the media or people in the NBA world that have been ginormous bozos this week. So who we got up first?
This is V's pick, so we'll let him go first. Mr. Kendrick Perkins, big perk. Carry on, V.
Big Perk, former Celtic, former Cavalier. I don't know why this guy hates the Celtics as much as he does. I do not understand it. This morning, after Jaylen Brown's 40-point game last night, and the Celtics like absolute destruction of the Pacers, he gets up there and the first thing he wants to talk about, same dude who came in and shat on JT for scoring 36 points, grabbing 12 rebounds, dishing out 4 assists in an overtime win, came out and then started arguing, is Jaylen Brown better than Jason Tatum? And I'm not here to have that argument. I love both guys. All I give a shit about is that we're 6 wins away from holding Larry O.B. in our hand. That's it. All I give a shit about is why is the media consistently driven by this story where one has to be better than the other? Whether you want to argue it's Tatum, whether you want to argue it's JB, they're both fantastic. This is why we call the Celtics team a super team, right? Another point that I have issue with is everybody wants to throw around the term super team. They have one All-NBA guy, 2 All-Stars. Like, what is going on here? Either they're not even a Coach of the Year candidate. I don't know why the media has such a drive to hate on this team. They've been really good this year. There's no issues going on with the team. And the constant narrative of is JB better, is JT better, are the same people that are trying to say you should blow this team up if it doesn't work out this year. At any point, any other franchise has 2 top 10 players in the league. There's no way that they're blowing up that team. They're going to figure it out. Look how long Kawhi and PG have stuck it out together. They don't get this kind of talk when JB and JT have now gone to 5 Eastern Conference championships. They have played in the playoffs every single year of their careers. They consistently win and give Boston fans something to cheer about. Why is at some point that's got to be enough? Perk's a fucking bozo. He's a former Celtic. He could be getting love from the fans and everybody like that. But instead, he sits up there and just spews bullshit about players that are playing right now, and he never has anything positive to say about anybody. And I'm just so tired of this narrative. Like, you're just driving 2 teammates.
You said it all, dude. You said it all.
For what reason?
The one thing.
And I was the last thing, SPJ, I will say, this same energy is never there for Kyrie and Luka. You know what I mean? Paul Pierce, former Celtic, was sitting there saying they are probably the best scoring combo in the league right now, right? Because they are. They've been really fucking good. Now, why can't we acknowledge the same thing on this side? Jason Tatum and JB have both been really fucking good. There have been games where JB has carried this team. There have been games where JT has carried this team. But that's what they're for. That's what they're here for.
Oh, man. V, if Oscar and Jason Tatum were both hanging off a cliff, who you saving first?
Don't ask me that. She might be watching.
I hope she watches us. The one thing I'll say about this before we move on, because you did cover everything, and it was kind of your bozo of the week, but I mean, he's a fucking bozo. But the thing that I'll say about this, and this is kind of my gripe with all media right now, and all former players that have a podcast or are on a TV show, bro, just because you played in the fucking league does not give you the right, or does not mean that your word is gospel. Kendrick Perkins was a terrible NBA player. Terrible. This guy sucked in the NBA. I could have probably put up more points than Kendrick Perkins in the NBA. Yep. Just because you played in the league does not make your opinion more valuable than other people. It happens everywhere in all leagues. And now we're in this obsession phase of podcasting. I mean, you guys are watching this right now. Thanks for being here. But there's terrible podcasts, especially in the NBA circle, and it's just infuriating that these guys have a podcast and they get up there and they sit in their rooms in their cool sweatsuits and on their microphones and shit. And what are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
Gilbert Arenas podcast. It's actually terrible.
The fact that I see clips.
There's lots of players that would rather be rage bait, and I mean, we fall for it, but whatever.
Are you saying that we're going to let this slide on the fact that I said that I could score more points than Perk in a game? Is that what we're rolling with, Joe? Is that what we're going to let slide?
Anytime there's Perk hate, I just black out, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Fair enough.
Carry on.
Yeah. He sounds like Randy Moss has a cold. That's what he sounds like.
Fun fact: Perk didn't even vote JB All NBA. So what are we doing here? He voted Jason Tatum All NBA first team, but he didn't vote JB All NBA anything. He's part of the fucking problem. The reason that JB got snubbed, right? So like they pick and choose whatever that's gonna drive clicks that day, and at some point it's got to be more than that. I think like. When the fuck did media's responsibility to the people and what the fucking news actually is vanquish? It just became about views and how many people are watching what you put out there now. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You know, I want to show you guys a post I saw on the internet that I thought was so fucking funny. And it's like, it kind of pertains to what we're talking to right now, where like these dudes that played in the league, they start their podcast and they're just kind of like saying inflammatory shit. And then there's like other people that like start their podcast and they're very serious about it. Saw this on Velotis from X. A typical NBA podcaster. Minnesota's ascension into the second apron will hasten their need to add players who are high in PER and whose bird rights aren't a concern. A typical NBA analyst on TV. I'm beginning to wonder if the Lakers are just too gay to win a title this year.
Jesus Christ, dude.
They're getting fucking lazy on TV, dude. But we don't.
They're getting lazy
anymore. Yeah,
they're getting lazy everywhere. Let's go to the next bozo.
Let's go, but I will say same things applying to Bronny and the attention that he's getting. It's just laziness. It's fun to talk about LeBron's kid, but there's lottery picks that nobody knows their names because nobody's talking about them right now, right? Anyways,
Sook, am I taking this one or are you taking this one?
Oh, this is yours. This was your post of the week. You wanted to talk about. This is all you.
Okay. So if you guys missed it last night, this is kind of tying into us talking a bit about the game yesterday, but obviously you guys sweated out with us last night watching the Celtics. V said the word dismantle. I'll say that the Celtics got the job done at home. I'll shade the green color down a touch. That the Celtics got the job done at home yesterday against the Pacers, but the Pacers were keeping up in this game, and they were only down about 13 with about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And for some nefarious reason, Tyrese Haliburton left the game because he had hamstring soreness. But then for some reason after that, Pascal Siakam was having one of his better games in a Pacer uniform, was cooking.
Yeah.
Rick Carlisle decided to bench Siakam, bench Aaron Nesmith, bench Andrew Nembhard, and just roll with the rest of his guys on the court for the rest of the game. In the Eastern Conference Finals, down a game, only down 13 points. Now, as we've discussed multiple times in the NBA, 13 points is fucking nothing. And there was 8 minutes or more, maybe 9 or almost 10 minutes left in the game at this particular point. After the game, obviously the Pacers lose. You guys know the rest of the story. Because Jalen Smith and Doug McDermott played the game about 6 minutes of the fourth quarter last night. Mm-hmm. After the game, Carlisle obviously got asked this question. And his answer, I'm paraphrasing, but his answer was that he wanted to get a look at Doug McDermott and Jalen Smith in this particular situation, and that his guys were tired. Now, chat.
They looked real fucking tired.
Pascal, Miles Turner, Aaron Nesmith, these guys are like 24-year-old athletes. Pretty sure they were okay to go back in this fucking game. And if you don't know what Doug McDermott and Jalen Smith brings to the fucking table at this particular point, then you deserve the clown nose on your face. You deserve the clown hair on your head. It was baffling to watch. It's the reason why people have all the conspiracy theories that the call gets made in these situations. It made no sense. It made negative sense. Even his explanation of it made negative sense. I don't understand it whatsoever. I texted this to you guys last night when we were talking about this, and this is something that anybody that's worked in a team situation, or as an athlete especially, but if you've worked in a team situation, when you're in the heat of battle, when your leader, when your general waves the white flag and you're not ready to wave the white flag, that causes ginormous chasms in your locker room, camp, whatever you want to call it.
They looked so sad on the bench.
They looked devastated, dude. And I blame this guy for that. And this would be the only reason to me that I feel like that this, good for you, Gerald. Did it cash? Did he hit a bucket?
I think Carlisle did.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah, he literally said he was like, I just wanted to get a good look at Doug McDermott and Jalen Smith. Like they needed a bit of a run in this particular game, and I just felt good about it
Reminded me of V when he's trying to explain why he's late.
every day. First of all, it was a bozo move for this game. I'm concerned about the bozo-ness that will then carry on to this is probably the reason why he ended up not being the Dallas Mavericks head coach for much longer than he was. B, you don't do this to your players that are fighting to the end. I guarantee you Pascal Siakam would have played until the last whistle, even if they ended up losing by 20 points in that game.
He played 30.
Why were these
in the playoff game?
And he had like almost 30 points. He was cooking.
Fuck.
They needed him after Halliburton went out. TJ McConnell didn't even go back in the fucking game. It was stupid to then come out and finally, I'll finish on this one, and then we'll move on. Yeah, exactly. The last thing about this is he had the arrogance, and I didn't see this part of the press conference because I fucking turned it off. I just can't believe that you would say that we're going to be fine. We're going back home where we play way better at home, and we've got 2 games at home. What are we fucking doing, man?
Yeah.
What are we doing? It was just the bozo-iest of bozo moves. I still don't fucking believe it. And also, we all would have probably cashed some crazy tickets last night. I saw some people with some crazy tickets that needed Pascal for 30, and he had 28. I mean, I saw some mad. Yep, I saw some mad tickets. I had a lotto that was asking some serious questions too. Just major bozo. I'm concerned about the Pacers the rest of the series now because this creates bad juju in the locker room.
Yeah. Locker room can turn on a coach. It happens.
A couple other things just to point out about Rick Carlisle in this series. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been good in the last series either. He blew a game against the Knicks by not fouling down or up 3. Same situation he was in with game 1 with the Celtics, right? Exact same situation. And literally LeBron and JJ Redick were on the podcast later after that game against the Knicks saying, this is why you always foul. And then again, same situation, does not foul. I don't know what it is or what the game plan is here, but even last night, Rick Carlisle I was reading someone, I can't remember, I don't want to take credit for this, but someone tweeted this. He is I think it's Dr. Office or Office Bets. He tweeted this. Rick Carlisle is known for taking timeouts when even a little bit of a run starts to brew for the other team, like 6-2 run, anything like that. He's notorious for ending momentum before it even starts. Last night, the Celtics went on a 17-0 run. A 17-0 run, no timeouts by Rick Carlisle. O'Shea Brissett was a plus 18 in 12 minutes on the floor. 12 minutes. And yes, he played phenomenally. He had big stops defensively. He was doing great on the court. But all that kind of tells me too is there's a big spurt there where there was no fucking stoppage in play. They went on a run when O'Shea Brissett was on the floor and Rick Carlisle decided to just fucking roll with it. I don't know what's going on with him right now. Like you said, SPJ, there's probably a reason he's not in Dallas anymore. He has the history with Jalen Brunson. He benched him in the 4th quarter of that game against the Clippers that they eventually went on to fucking lose, right? There's a big reason as to why Brunson didn't get the fucking contract that he was expecting from Dallas, and the big reason why he's now in New York. I just don't think that he's living up to the hype.
Yeah.
As to, he's not living up to what he's billed as.
Well, last thing
it's
on
important.
him, he fights with other players. He's got beef with Rondo. He had a bad exit from Dallas, and also the team had to convince him. The coaching staff had to convince Rick Carlisle to play this brand of basketball in Indiana. He's never had a team that plays at this pace. He usually has teams that play very slow and focus on defense. This team is not playing the way he's traditionally used to, and I just think this might be a situation where this guy has just unfortunately become a dinosaur in this league. And I don't think he's the best head coach anymore. And I honestly, this is the kind of Bickerstaff got fired. Carlisle most likely fired, to be honest.
Unless they just miraculously turn it around and go win the Larry O'Brien, which they ain't. But
No.
I still can't believe it from what we watched last night. To watch a team fold down 13 in today's NBA with 8-9 minutes left in the 4th quarter was. I said to you guys when we were on playback last night, they waived it early. And I said, well, Missoula should just get fucking Tatum and Brown out of there. Because they're fine. Fucking Hauser can cook these motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, crazy. Anyway,
I think Missoula does a better job of talking to his players and seeing where they're at, because I think a little bit it's like you have them down, right? Go into the next game with momentum. Tatum, like
sure.
you can call stat
Oh,
pad
yeah.
100. I was on playback yesterday telling Tatum, cheering him on, telling him to fucking stat pad because I am a fan of his. I don't give a fuck. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, nobody's gonna remember when his points came in a certain game. But like it is what it is. But the thing is like if Tatum shot 2 for 10 in the first half of the first 3 quarters of that game, and all of a sudden he starts to get it going, pulling him out of the game is, in my opinion, not smart. Let him get his rhythm, let him get his shots back, and let him gain some confidence. Even if it is against their B squad, it doesn't matter because the momentum will carry into game 3, which is going to be a hostile environment in Indiana, where I think the Pacers have only lost 1 game, or no, I don't think they've lost a game yet on their home court. So
Rick Carlisle,
they haven't lost a game in Indiana since March.
Rick Carlisle reminded us of that in his press conference yesterday. I agree with you, V. I mean, sports is all about momentum, and players, teams, it's all about momentum, and you don't want to lose that by taking your foot off the gas pedal a little bit. So I do agree with that point. But imagine Tatum accidentally rolled his ankle or something, and then you'd feel real different about that.
Dude, somebody in chat said it. He's acting like you play in the conference finals all the time. Ask the Atlanta Hawks. They played the Bucks in the conference finals a few years ago. Now they're talking about trading away Trae Young, trading away DeJounte Murray. Like, this shit doesn't fucking repeat. You need to take advantage of every opportunity.
Absolutely. I think the last 6 NBA champions have not made it back to the conference finals or made it past the second round, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the last 6 NBA champions. It's not easy to get back to this point. Look at the fucking Nuggets, right? It's hard to repeat. We've been saying that all season. It's hard to repeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. But
this should be his permanent look now.
You just want him walking around with the wig.
It sucks. It sucks he had to answer questions about it last night because, well, first of all, they asked 6 questions about Tyrese Halliburton's hamstring to the point where Carlisle was like, "Can we please talk about something else?" And then they finally were like, "Why the fuck did you sit everybody?" Basically,
yeah. Bro. When he cited HIPAA, I was like, "This dude's cooked, man. This dude's fucking cooked. What are you doing?"
Kidding.
We literally talk about injuries all the time. You're gonna sit up here and cite HIPAA? Are we joking?
So fucking weird, dude. So
weird. Mm-hmm. So weird.
I haven't been more excited for a fucking press conference in a long time. I texted you guys. I was like, it's live. It's like NBA.
I was staying on playback with Chef, and Chef, me, and Colby watched the press conference, and I watched him fumble over trying to explain why the fuck. Because as on playback after the game's over, they bring it because it's on NBA play on Game Pass. They bring up the press conferences. The one I stayed on with Chef a little longer, and the one of Siakam and fucking Nembhard came on, and I just had it muted. I was like, I'm not going to listen to these motherfuckers lie about how they're like, yeah, we were sore and we really just wanted to get in and go get ready for game 3. Hey, you fucking bullshit. Get out of here.
Imagine what they were thinking watching Carlisle's presser.
Yeah.
Anyway, last one.
Most evil one. I don't even know where to start with this guy. I have so many feelings for this man. But if there's reasons you're angry, you can blame this guy. He's just such a giant fucking piece of shit that pays himself $50 million a year. He's the reason TNT is most likely losing their rights because he outwardly insulted the NBA and said he'd be totally fine with them losing the NBA's rights. It's a 40-year fucking relationship. This is a guy that's pissed off Charles Barkley and Christopher Nolan. During COVID, this guy decided, hey, we're not going to release movies into theaters. We're going to toss movies onto fucking streaming platforms. A move that let other fucking assholes do it too. Disney did it. Scarlett Johansson fucking sued them and won. This motherfucker is a giant piece of shit. Christopher Nolan wrote a letter that said filmmakers went to sleep working for the best studio and woke up working for the worst streamer. This guy is horrible. He's greedy. He's fucking axed TV shows out of fucking existence to make tax write-offs. If you liked Westworld, the reason you can't find Westworld anywhere to watch right now is because this motherfucker deleted it out of existence. Oh, that Batgirl movie people wanted to see? The reason that movie doesn't exist any fucking more is because he deleted it out of existence. Coyote versus Acme with John Cena, he did that shit there too. And there's way more fucking situations where this asshole fucking put his dirty fucking grubby greedy fingers all over something and just let art die. And now he's decided he's gonna fuck around with sports too. This guy is the fucking Pennywise of corporate suits. All he's done with his whole fucking life is be a fucking suit. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Send him to the sun. Send him to hell. Fuck him.
Oh, that was fucking fantastic.
There was multiple fucks and all deserved. My one comment. If you guys watched the beginning of the show, you got both of the theme songs. But if you have this starched of a collar, you're probably a piece of shit. Just saying. If your collar's that starched, piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, you said it all, Sook. You were the one that kind of brought this to the attention because this has been all throughout the news this week, guys. If you didn't gather it from what Sook was just saying, is he the general manager of TNT, the Warner
Brothers Discovery,
CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, who are responsible for the decisions of TNT's doings on the television side of things, and they're the ones that own the rights to Inside the NBA.
He said he sucks. Content with the relationship with the NBA ending. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Well, you can tell. I mean, Charles Barkley went on Dan Patrick's podcast very candidly earlier this week, and you could see Chuck was pissed, man. Mm-hmm. He was like, "We don't know what's happening. We're not super happy about it, and like we're trying to just make it work while we're chilling right now. And then when the season's over and this all kind of the dust settles, we'll figure it out." And like, that's a really tough position to be in. And I kind of feel like that this could turn into the fact of like either Inside the NBA is going to turn into its own individualized show. Mm-hmm. And then Ernie just says, fuck TNT because of this guy and I'm out and see you later. And I'll just go do this with these guys. Or it goes and finds its own iteration on NBC, or it just dies completely.
Yeah,
because I don't see a way
Albert is saying that he might leave. He says he loves the NBA and he wants to work with the NBA. So if Turner loses the rights, he might leave.
I think there's too many big wigs involved in this now, and too many people talking about this now for the Inside the NBA to just die.
Yeah.
I really don't think that that's going to happen. How it's going to happen, I have no idea. But yeah, as you said, fuck this guy.
Thanks for letting me rant about this motherfucker. This guy has affected my life for fucking 6 years in all the wrong ways. He's a piece of fucking shit.
No, I'm so glad that you did, dude. I was waiting to be caught up a little bit. I know what's going on with Inside the NBA, but all the other stuff that you talked about too, like dude's killing art. And at the end of the day, that's what we all look at all of this stuff, even sports. Like, you know what I mean? Everything is an art form. The way that you play,
it's entertainment, man.
Exactly. It's an art form, and it's fucking horrendous that somebody is out here just trying to line his pockets as much as possible.
Oh, this guy was against the strikes and shit. Oh, dude. I would Nancy Kerrigan the shit out of this motherfucker if I got the chance.
I just want to bring this up one more time because your dad's a piece of shit. Your dad's a piece of shit.
I hope him and Bronny are here.
Let's get to barbershop talk. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. 40 minutes in. Hope you guys have enjoyed us ranting, having some fun with you guys to get the games rocking and rolling. But it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. Big game tonight. Obviously, game 2 of the Mavericks taking on the Wolves in Minnesota in Target Center. Mavericks were able to get the job done for game 1, which, guys, I'll give us our flowers in this situation. We read game 1 like a book. Mm-hmm. You were all over the over. Over was easy. It was always the Mavericks to cover. They ended up winning, obviously. I got Luka's points last game. We're going to talk about some carbon copy things that we're going into in this particular spot here. Obviously, this line's a little bit taller than it was in game 1. The Mavericks are plus 5.5, plus 6, depending on the book that you have. But the over is a little bit higher than it was in game 1. It's at 207.5 right now. It was 203 or 204, I think, in game 1. Guys, what do we think about this game preliminarily from a side or a spread perspective before we look at some players individually?
I can go first.
Yeah.
Give me the Mavs. V kind of talked about this. He kind of pumped me up, and I agree with him. I think the Timberwolves might have hit their wall. The Mavs have been here. They have guys like Kyrie that we talked about that know you don't come here all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. You kind of caught the Mavericks by the Timberwolves, by surprise and stole home court last game. They could steal another game here tonight, and I think they would do at +6, -110. I love it. It's a from the plums play. If you're gonna give me Luka Doncic 6 points, sure.
Yeah. Now, before we keep moving, we kind of forgot this because, as you guys know, our friends Betalytics was going to join us today.
Yeah.
And Rob said that they had some stuff come up for you guys, so no Betalytics in the house today with you guys. But what I will tell you is Betalytics and our friends over there love the Timberwolves -5.5. They are all over the Timberwolves -5.5. That is their play that they were going to sell to you guys. And chat, luckily for you, if the Timberwolves do not cover the 5.5 points, which V's going to bring up here in just a second and show you why the Betalytics model is loving and leaning with the Timberwolves. If they do not cover, one of you guys will win a year-long subscription to Betalytics. One of you guys in the chat. So drop some major dubs. You will. One of you, if the Timberwolves do not cover, you will win a year-long. You heard me right. Year-long subscription to Betalytics. Rob was very confident in this play. Loved it. He said he wanted to sell the shit out of it, but he had something come up with his family, so he couldn't join us. But loved it. As you can see on the screen, it was a B grade play. Big edge in the Betalytics model. It was a yeah. No, it's actually they ordered a hat, Gerald, to be honest. But yeah, they're all over the Timberwolves. Now, I'm not saying that to shit on what Sook just said, because the three of us, the three bozo amigos over here, lean the other direction in this particular game. But it just goes to show you that we're not always all agreeing with each other on this show, because that's sometimes that you guys like to bitch at us for agreeing all the time. However, our friends Betalytics all over the Timberwolves -5.5. If you guys want to roll with the data, you guys can lock it in. And if they, as I said, if the Mavs get the job done tonight and cover the 5.5 points, one of you guys is going to win a subscription to Betalytics for a year. So there you go. Get involved with Betalytics. As always, they come and join us every single week. Awesome data. Check it out every single day. You get a 30% off your subscription with the promo code BNews at Betalytics.com. Okay. V, what do you think about this game? Major dubs, indeed.
I hate disagreeing with Betalytics. I hate it so
Same.
much. But
It's tough.
I'm with Sook. I'm with Sook.
Same.
The Mavericks have been locked in since fucking the All-Star break. It's not just something that they turned on when the postseason started. It's something that flipped for this team back in February. Defensively, they are a completely different team. They are the best defense. We're talking about the Celtics defense. We talk about the Wolves defense. The Mavericks statistically have the best defense in the postseason so far. They knocked out the #1 seed at Oklahoma City Thunder. You can say what you want about their youth and this and that, but the Thunder looked great in round one with the way they dismantled the fucking Pelicans, right? Yeah, with the way they dismantled the Pelicans. I forget because they were off for so long after their first series, right?
They swept
the
them.
Mavericks defense locked the fuck in. After game one, they gave the Thunder no real life. Even the other win that the Thunder got out was a hard-fought win right at the end. This Mavericks team is locked in. Luka is playing in his second conference finals in the last 3 years, both coached by fucking Jason Kidd. You're getting Kyrie now, and this is the first time that Luka's kind of had a teammate of Kyrie's caliber. We can talk about Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson is not the Jalen Brunson we're seeing now. So we can't really say that he's had that caliber of teammate, because even the usage and the minutes that JB was getting when playing with Luka were not the kind of minutes that obviously we now know that he should have. Right. But this team is good. This team defensively is great. Derek Lively is one of only 3 players to score 100 points in his rookie season in the postseason and do it shooting better than 50%. 2 other guys that have done that, Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard. And he's doing it shooting 60%. He's been fantastic in his rookie season. He's been that fucking missing piece. PJ has been stretching the floor the way that he's supposed to. And fucking Gafford is that defensive stopper that Gerald spent all season talking about in spaces. He has been that guy. We all love the changes that they made at the fucking trade deadline. Kyrie literally came out and said in the post-game press conference with the Inside the NBA crew, bless them for coming out and asking him great fucking questions and not just, what are you going to do this or what are you going to do that? He said it. He's like, they asked him, what makes you come in and start shooting today when you've been playing very passive the last couple of weeks in the postseason. He's like, a lot of my teammates haven't been in the conference finals, right? A lot of these guys are young cats, and I know that they gain confidence coming and seeing me ball out the way that I am. And again, in a road situation today, I'm going to talk more about Kyrie points. I like them again today. I just think, though, that this Mavericks team, 6.5 points you can get in some places. You can get 6 in almost all places. That's too many points. It's too many points. This Wolves team is tired. It's happened. As Celtics fans, you and me know this. We've seen the Celtics hit this very same wall early in their careers. We saw them hit this wall against Steph and the Warriors in the finals. It fucking happens. This is what you have to get over. This is why you don't win it in your first year. LeBron James happened in his first year against the Spurs, right? I know he didn't have the teammates or anything close to what these guys are playing with, but the body starts to give out. It doesn't matter how young you are. If you haven't played 90 games in a season or maybe even 95 games in a season, it's going to start taking its toll. The travel, the gameplay, the intensity, it gets tougher and tougher as each game deeper into the playoffs you get. You know what I mean? I love the Mavs at +6. I honestly, if we're wrong, you can take Betalytics, but if we're right, somebody's going to get a year's free subscription. So I feel like there's winners all around on this play, right?
Mm-hmm. Win-win. I just feel like that. I mean, Luka even said it in his press conference after, or in his on the court interview when the game was over. That, and we know this. We've seen this the last half of the season when him and Kyrie really got cooking. Luka would kind of start the game hot, and then he could kind of take a little bit of a back seat. Kyrie could get rolling. Kyrie could start scoring, and then they could both kind of just finish the game and do whatever was necessary to win. That was the recipe, right? In this last game, in game 1, it kind of flip-flopped. Kyrie just got cooking early, got going. Luka took a little bit of a back seat, but then in the middle of the third, into the fourth quarter, it was Luka time.
Yep.
And it shows to show you that it doesn't matter what's necessary to win for this team. They're just going to do what's necessary. And, I mean, I just don't understand. I feel like that this 6.5, 5.5 line is just bait. Like, it just feels baity to me. If the Wolves win by 10, they win by 10, whatever. But like we watched game 1, guys, that game was close, and Jaden McDaniels hit 6 3-pointers, 5 3-pointers. They shot really, really hot from deep to start the game. I do not see that happening again tonight. I'm surprised that it's 5.5, 6.5 now. I like it a lot. I did not end up taking it individually. We have it in our parlay though, but I'm with you guys, man. This is too many points for this team right now. If the Timberwolves just come out and shoot the lights out and the Mavericks don't show up tonight, so be it. But I really don't see a way that this doesn't. I think the thing about Ant too, which is a good point, is Ant's having to guard Kyrie, and because I think Ma Martinez asked us in playback last game of like Ant them flip flopping and Jaden McDaniels going to guard Kyrie and Ant guarding Luka, and that's a better matchup. And I was like, no, they ain't fucking doing that, because then Luka will drop 50. Like, you can't switch it around. But at the same time, I just don't see a way Kyrie's going to stop V, which is kind of what you're seeing here with Kyrie too. So I mean, I like the Mavericks as well. Obviously, Betalytics all over the Wolves. If you guys, whatever you guys are thinking, go for it. The panel here, the three of us, however you guys want to take that, we all like the Mavericks in this situation.
I would like to add too, SPJ, that like you said, it's about matchups. And the thing is everyone applauds Ant's defense and doing all that kind of stuff, but it's hard to play on both sides of the ball with that same level of intensity and that same level of like shutting someone down defensively while going out and putting up 30 plus. It's hard to do that every single night. It's hard to guard the other team's best player while having to put up at least 25 points every single night. And it's only 22. He's going to be a fucking superstar in this league, and he's going to continue to do these things. But it's harder and harder. Now you're getting guys like Luka and Kyrie, whether he guards one or the other, the defensive toll that it takes from him having to play defense on these guys is going to affect him on the offensive end. It means your legs are more tired. You got less legs in your shot. It might be a little bit short. You might drive a little bit less. You might not have that same kind of energy. And they haven't had a break. They came off of game 7. They played off of 1 day rest. And it's been like that every single day since then. They're not going to get a break, I think, until maybe a game 6 or 7, if there is one of those. But I I really like the Mavericks today. I think they're going to cook. They also shot 24% from three last game, and they didn't take a lot of threes. It was just they were taking what the Timberwolves were giving them, and I think that they're going to see a much better night from three. They're not going to miss that many open threes.
So 2 points on that, what you were talking about. First of all, did you guys see the segment with because Scott Van Pelt, his show on ESPN is kind of the only ESPN Sports Center-y thing that I can manage to watch because Scott Van Pelt's a goat. He's awesome. I really like Tim Legler too, and he does a good job covering the NBA for ESPN. He's kind of the only ESPN analyst on ESPN that I can listen to. He had a great segment after game one, and he was talking about how Luka's defense was the reason why the Mavericks ended up winning that game. He had two examples that he ended up drawing out on the board. And one of them was talking about how in the entire game, this was their strategy. And it worked throughout the whole game, but they had a specific example where the Mavericks were playing defense, and what they were doing is they were clogging the paint. And if you guys know basketball, you know that you can either play defense where you're really close, tight on your man, and you're trying to get them to defend them outside and drive them to the basket, or you can play defense, which is a little bit more like a zone sort of defense, but you're still guarding your man, but you're kind of guarding the paint, and you're forcing guys to shoot outside shots. Mm-hmm. The Mavericks have totally made it a thing where they've said, you are, especially Ant, when Ant would get the ball, all the Mavericks defenders would take 2 steps into the paint, and it would just turn into this like shell around the basket. Luka centered, where he would kind of have 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out of the paint. The thing about that, though, is that requires your players to have strong closeouts to these guys that are going to shoot threes. Now, obviously, Jaden McDaniels started pretty hot from deep, but he cooled off. And even Luka said he was like, I need to do a better job of closing out. But the defensive thing that he talked about was Luka's closeout was awesome. And I feel like that's going to be the same. They're not going to abandon that defensive strategy. It worked great in game one. I think that's what they're going to do again in game two. And I just feel like that this matchup really benefits the Mavericks offensively and defensively. And we saw that in game one. I don't think it's going to change drastically in game two. And I think 6.5 is too many points. It's just crazy to me that this is the line.
Well, they needed Jaden to go insane to stay in that game. They needed Cat to hit that 35-footer to fucking stay in the game. Don't get it twisted. The Timberwolves are a good team, but they had to make some like surprising moves in that game to stay in it.
Yeah,
it's always done.
Thanks, Landon. I'll talk about my play, and then we'll finish it off with V talking about his play. I have 2 units on Luka again. And I know you guys are probably like, you're just betting the same guy in game 2. I told you guys on playback, if Luka Doncic's points was 28.5, I was going to fucking take it again. And it's 28.5. I got minus 120 last night. It's like minus 122, minus 125, depending on your book. I'm not overthinking this. This guy scored 30 points in 4 straight games against the Timberwolves. We watched what happened in game 1. He even didn't have a spectacular shooting night. He didn't shoot great from 3. He shot pretty well from the field, took a lot of shots. It also looked like that he was healthy. He's also, and I noticed this, I said this in Spaces earlier today, the Mavericks are not making him rebound right now. And you can tell he's not exerting energy rebounding like he normally does to get triple-doubles and to do what's necessary for his team. It looks like they said to Gafford, Lively, PJ, Harder, all these other guys, look, just fucking crash the glass, man. And so Luka can focus on scoring and he can focus on assisting. And that's what he's doing. I love his points at 28.5. 2-unit play for me. I think he gets a 30 bomb again. I like his assists too. If you want to take the PA like Sook did last game, I love his points. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But like this is just, if they set it at 28.5 next game and it doesn't hit tonight, I'm fucking taking it again. Because I really like this spot here. I think that Luka's due for a 40 bomb in the playoffs. He hasn't had one in like 2 weeks. Maybe tonight's the night. I love Luka tonight. He's going to shoot probably 25 to 30 shots again. He looks dialed. Jaden McDaniels ain't guarding this motherfucker. He's one of the best players in the league. And I think he's going to continue to show it tonight.
Did you guys see the Ringer thing where they put the top 25 players under 25? And Luka's been at the top of that list for a number of years. And now they've placed him at 4th or 5th. With Mr. Ant at number 2. I think Luka knows that. I think Luka saw that too.
There's this funny tweet that I saw, and it was Luka cooking in that 4th quarter, right? And it's like a Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom till a Phantom pulls up next to it. You know what I mean? And that's what Luka was doing in that fourth quarter. Like, yeah, Ant's been looking real great all of a sudden. But then when Luka came alive in that fourth quarter and kind of ended that game and like sealed it for the Mavericks, I think that's when you kind of realize that this guy is a fucking winner. And just to speak to that a little bit, he has knocked out, I think, 2 or 3 number 1 seeds now in his playoff career. He has made the conference finals twice. He has only been a favorite once in the playoffs, like the team to favorite to win. He wins games as underdog. He wins series as an underdog, and he always fucking literally. Gerald just threw me off because I do smell some blood in the water, but he always wins games. And now he's playing with probably the best iteration of the Mavericks that he has played with since he's joined them and since he was drafted. He knows what it takes to win. He's already won at different levels competitively. I really fucking think that he's going to have a big game tonight. The 28.5, the 29.5 at plus money is also fucking fantastic. These guys know what it takes to win. And if you're telling me that, like, again, we bet on volume. Luka's volume is going to be there. He's not going to come out and have a game like Tyrese Halliburton did all of a sudden and take 9 shots in the game, right? And I'm not talking about last night. I understand he was hurt last night. I'm talking about the games versus the Knicks that they lost when he was taking 8 shots or 9 shots. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Luka is not that kind of guy. Kyrie's not going to come out like that either. Just to jump off of Luka, if you're finished, SPJ, and jump right.
Yeah, go talk about Kyrie.
Kyrie is a guy that has played in multiple conference finals. He's a guy that has won a championship. He's a guy that fucking averaged near 40 points in the finals against the Warriors. Him and LeBron, that iteration of the Cavaliers was one of the probably craziest teams that LeBron's going to play with, and they never even got a chance to, I think, repeat. But look at Kyrie now. Look at the way he came out in game 1. He came out with a fucking chip on his shoulder. He said it to the inside the NBA guys because they asked him. They're like, "What did you think when you saw Ant saying, hey, Kyrie's my responsibility. I got Kyrie." Yeah. He's like, I'm sitting at home. I'm watching the game with my family and doing nothing. And oh, okay. It's a sign of respect. And that's why we love Ant, because he plays like this. And Kyrie, he's not fucking mad about it, but he did kind of come in and show the young man what's up, right? He kind of came in, no matter the size, and he was guarding Ant on the other end of the floor. And I'm not going to say he had him in straps, but you don't think a guy like Kyrie...
He did a serviceable job.
Yeah, he did a serviceable job at his size when Anthony Edwards should have been probably kind of just having his way with that matchup. Mm-hmm. He took 23 shots last game. It's the most that he's taken,
Chewy raid.
Outside.
Hey.
Oh, shit, let's go, Chew.
Chewy raid. How many Escalades we got today? There it is. Bang. Boom.
It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you, Chew.
What are you on, Chew? You got to tell us what you're on, bro.
Need it, Joe.
6 Escalades full of shooters. Welcome.
Oh, love it. We love it. But
I love this V because, like we talked about, Kyrie was great on the Cavs, went to the Celtics, then kind of had bum ass years with the Nets. He knows it's hard to get back here. I love this play from you.
And on the road too, Kyrie understands that he needs his guys to kind of perform, and the best way to do that is lead by example. Yeah, you can kind of come out and force feed them and try to find them in good spots. But if you're putting ball in bucket, you show them that this Minnesota Timberwolves defense is not as fucking unbeatable as people talk about. I think that they're cooking here. I really think that this is a spot where we're going to talk about the tired legs of Minnesota. That doesn't just apply offensively. It's going to apply defensively. Mm-hmm. Anthony Edwards' point line is at 28.5. And I'm not going to be stupid enough to take that under, but the dude is gassed. He is shooting bad from the field. He has gone under 20 points in 3 of his last 4 games. And the Mavericks, like I said, have a fantastic defense. They were allowing on average almost 115 points per game during the regular season. That's now, I think, sub 105. They're the 4th ranked best defense in the playoffs behind teams like Boston and other guys like that in points per game. They're making you earn every point. They're not fouling. And I just think it's going to be a tough place for Minnesota coming into this game on their back heel already. They weren't expecting to lose game 1. They did the same thing to a tired Denver Nuggets team, who you could see it with the play of Aaron Gordon, the way Michael Porter Jr.'s play fell off a cliff after the Lakers series, and KCP himself. Like, these dudes are gassed. They're just running out of gas at some points. Even Jokic in that game 7, you could see him playing 43, 44 minutes every single game in a 7-game series is going to catch up to you. And that's what this Wolves team just did. And I think that defensively, it's going to allow for some lapses in judgment. I think it's going to leave the Mavericks plenty of space to score. Plus 24% from 3. Kyrie took like 2 or 3 3-point attempts in that game. I really fucking think that he's also going to just kind of go crazy today. What up, Jay Measy?
I hit one of these one time, but that's a different story for a different day.
You just waited to say that.
I was still listening, but
oh my god, that was awesome.
Let's hey man, Vsauce is live with us every single Friday. Let's fucking go every Friday and every Sunday, and come and kick it over here. Chewy, don't worry about it. The thing about so the Mavericks had the best statistical defense of the last 2.5 months of the season, pretty much since the PJ Washington trade and Daniel Gafford. And I mean, we talked about that, guys, when it happened, and since then, how it's turned into this defense becoming what it was necessary to be. I like PJ Washington too. I mean, everything you said about Kyrie makes sense, dude. Like, I've already bet it. I'm in with you. Like, there's no way that he's not going to come out and want to cook in this game once again. And it's just like JT and JB, dude. There is a world that Luka and Kyrie can both hit their points very easily. Happened in game 1, probably going to happen again tonight if the things go the way that we're thinking. I like PJ in this spot. His rebounds have been great, kind of like what I talked about earlier with how Luka's not really taking as much of a responsibility in that department right now. It's kind of on PJ, on Daniel Gafford, and on Lively to kind of get that job done. But I like his threes. And the reason why that I like his threes, let's go, Sook. The reason why I like his threes is because he shot like shit last game. But we watched the game, guys. We watched it on playback. He was wide open, dude, for so many of those 3-pointers. Wide open. And he couldn't buy a fucking bucket. He ended up hitting his second 3 at like the 4th quarter or something. But like the guy took 7 or 8 of them, maybe even 9. And I want to say 3 or 4 of them, I mean, wide open. A shooter like that's been shooting really well from distance, I feel like you got to circle back. Because I don't think it's going to change drastically. They're going to be so focused on stopping Kyrie and stopping Luka that he's going to have some of those opportunities. It's just a matter of him knocking them down. So I like it a lot. I like the 2.5. I like the 4 for a ladder. It's great value. He's going to take him. Just got to knock him down.
SPJ, I would just like to put people on game a little bit, see so they can see where we pulled a lot of these stats from and things like that.
Sure.
Right here. Let me share this tab right here. Sorry, one sec.
Make sure you pick the right tab.
This is a tab of all the. So each team, this is one game that hasn't recorded the Celtics' second game yet. Or no, it's just their last game. You can see in the last game, the Minnesota Timberwolves took 22 wide open 3-point attempts, making 11 of them. They shot 50%. Mavericks made just 28.6 of their open 3-point attempts. The other thing that I found super interesting is off of their 14 open 3-point attempts, 7 of them came from PJ Washington. And those are the only 2 2 of those were the only 2 that he hit. He took so many of them are open. And the reason is because of their drop defense. Rudy Gobert does not get up on screens. He just doesn't do it. PJ's going to get that opportunity. And
you're so sexy, V. You're so smart.
I think the Wolves are willing to live and die with this. If PJ hits those shots, he hits those shots. But I don't think you can consistently leave him open like that. He's going to knock him down. He's got multiple games of 5, 5, 7. He did it against OKC. Like, we can talk all we want about this Mavericks defense, but he was a big reason offensively they won that Thunder series, and his defense doesn't get talked about enough. We've talked about it on the show. Sook highlighted it earlier this season after the trade happened. PJ is a great one-on-one defender. Even though he's a little bit undersized sometimes compared to these other bigs, he did a great job on Cat. He did a great job on Rudy last game, and I think that same fire comes in tonight. Jason Kidd is getting the best out of this guy. Luka, Kyrie, they're getting the best play that he's ever played. He's finally in a playoff team, and he's so fucking hungry to win And that's the kind of mentality that you want to bet on, in my opinion,
Mm.
especially for taking overs.
100%. So, all right.
Over 1.5.
The saucy.
Come on.
Well, it's juiced. The 2.5 is
Prize picks.
yeah. The 2.5 is plus 140, which I like a lot. But all right, guys. Our saucy 3, which is the parlay that we put together every Friday. Luka Doncic over 28.5 points. Kyrie Irving over 22.5 points, and the Mavericks plus 6. Hello, Mr. Marcio. Which is plus 369. Oh, baby. Nice number. Very nice. Nice little 3-guyser. Doesn't go crazy. We're just asking guys to do the job. As you can see, we did not include any Timberwolves on this list. But as it kind of ties into what we talked about, it kind of is how we're seeing the game. Now, what we're going to do with you guys right now is we're going to cook up a lotto. And how do you guys feel about starting with PJ's 3s in this lotto?
I
Yeah,
was
3 or
literally
4.
going to say that.
3 or 4.
Well, it depends on how crazy we want to get. Because 3 is...
150-ish.
Yep.
So what kind of lotto do we want to do? Do we want to do one where we can throw in like 7 or 8 legs, or should we do one where we just ladder up a couple of guys?
I think we do one that's even like 4 or 5 legs, and we try to hit the 10,000 mark. But if we get to 5 or 6 or 7,000, that's fine.
Right.
Let's pick our legs based upon what we think is going to happen, and then see where we go with what we're kind of guiding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got PJ, and I feel like that PJ can hit 3 threes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I'm down to do 4, but if 4 is plus 390, so that's really asking for a lot.
Why don't we do this? Let's see what we like. Else, because PJ is definitely a line that I'm willing to take at 4.
Same. But we can circle back. Okay, what are some other things that you guys like? Chat, get involved. Drop what you guys are seeing out there. If you got any lotto legs, guys, you like Kyrie for 30? Feel like we can agree with that.
Oh yeah, I can get behind.
That's a double,
Kyrie for 30.
definitely a double dip. But I mean, if he's hitting his regular line, he's gonna probably get close to 30.
But the regular line is just so hilariously low.
We could even take him for 25.
Yeah.
25 is plus
Somebody in chat was
135.
saying PJ Washington rebounds.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple people.
I think he's had like 6+ in like 4 or 5 straight games.
He has been attacking the board from what I can see here. Yeah. He only had
Okay.
7 last game, but that's kind of like a dip in, I would say.
The only thing that I'd like to avoid is the fact that I literally booked a lotto right before we got started, and I sent it to you guys. And I'm gonna post it because I want to do a giveaway in association to this lotto. It's plus 12,698. So I put $12.69 on it, as per usual. Luka Doncic 30 points. Luka Doncic 10 assists. Kyrie Irving 25 points. Naz Reid over 16.5 rebounds and points. Derek Lively 8 rebounds. PJ Washington 3 threes. I'm not opposed to double dipping on some of those legs, but already the things that are being mentioned in the chat are kind of running down that same path. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw it out there just in case.
Okay.
I will post it though. So
What about he was kind of a wagon last game, and I think that if he's not making as much of an impact offensively, but on the glass and at Ant's rebounds.
I mean, he almost had a triple double last game, so
Yeah.
I could get into that.
I do like it.
Right. He had 8 and 11 in his last 2 games. His line is over 6.5 already plus money. I'm sure 8 wouldn't be.
Ooh.
Eight is plus 190.
It's not bad.
We could also ladder his RA. I like that
Oh,
too.
yeah, I thought we can do that too. Because he's handling the ball a lot, and we saw a lot of trapping, right, from this Mavericks team, them trapping him on the offense, and he has to make better decisions. And he did make some good decisions last game. He just wasn't shooting the ball well, right?
But he
The
had a
defense
bunch
was
of
working.
fucking ones where he tossed the ball into the fucking fifth row.
5th row, lots of turnovers.
Well, and additionally, like Chat was saying earlier, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Mike Conley's questionable for this game. If
And
Mike
they
Conley doesn't play, Ant's going to have the ball even more in his hands.
Interesting. I like that. Let's do Ant's RA. Let's ladder that.
Okay.
Okay. If we can take it to
14.5.
Yeah, plus 198. That'll work.
V, can you
Okay.
book this for me so I can do all the alt lines?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got PJ 3 threes, Ant over 14.5 RA. Kyrie,
Yep.
you guys want to do 20? We could do like an alt line. We could do like 26.5 or something like that.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Sauce main.
What up, Sauce Man? If we did 25.5, it's plus 200. So 26 points. 24.5 is plus 148. 23.5 is plus 130.
I think 25.5 at plus 200 is good value.
I agree.
Sure. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not going to disagree.
We never do that.
Lively's rebounds is also very enticing. Friendy brought this up earlier today in Spaces. I was looking at it. His potential rebounds is insane the last 6 games. It is very clear that they are deploying him to grub on the glass
Oh, yeah.
from a statistical perspective, but also just watching the game.
Gobert has a tough time keeping him off the offensive boards just with how lively gets.
Good one, Sick.
Oh, that was
Sorry.
great.
I'll see myself
That was
out.
I was
a good
actually
one.
thinking of a way to put that. I agree 100%. His energy is fucking electric, dude. He runs around the court. He's jumping up outside the gym, and he's never tired. It looks like he's never fucking tired. I don't know.
It's hilarious. They were like, "Oh, we like how Lively plays with Luca. He's above the rim. It's great. Should we get somebody else off the bench that can kind of shoot threes? No. Let's get Gafford, who does the exact same shit Lively does, so we can just fucking cram it down your throats and clean the glass for 48 minutes. It was a great move by them.
4 offensive rebounds against Minnesota, like the number 4 rebounding team in the fucking league, is insane. You know what I mean? They don't give up a lot of rebounds. He had 4 offensive rebounds against the Thunder, 3. Like this is a common theme, and I've said this so many times. If I'm taking somebody's rebounding prop and they hit the offensive glass, it makes me so much hornier for that rebounding prop.
Look at the rebounding chances, 2V. Just look at the over the last.
This is in. This is in. We're taking this.
You guys want to do 8 or 10? 8 is plus 125. 10 is plus 300.
10.
I like 10.
I like.
We could do we could do 9 too for. Where is he?
Plus 190.
Could do plus 194.
We could do that. I feel like 8 is the odds aren't worth it.
Same. I'm down to take the 9.
I'll take the 9. Right before the double-double, because a lot of people are probably betting the double-double, so if he lands on 9, we'll still be okay.
Luck in the double-double and call it a day. His 10 points scares me a little bit, Moki. He got 11 rebounds last game, but only scored 9 points.
Yeah, Crazy Pal.
Right.
Go look at when Nikhil has 2 games where he doesn't hit a 3. He hits at least 1 every time this season. They're going to need him to shoot tonight.
I got a angle for you guys to mention. Cat. I think that Cat is going to have a really good game from deep tonight.
Okay.
He didn't shoot particularly well last game. And I just have a weird feeling that he's going to hit 3 or 4 threes in this one. He does really well historically against the Mavericks. Didn't do great last game. But his volume's going to be there. We all kind of lean with the over.
Yep.
I hate betting Cat because he always fucking disappoints me. But it just feels like a Cat night for some reason.
He was 6 of 20 last game. I don't think he's that bad again. You like the threes specifically?
We could do points if you guys want. I just, for some reason, the 3, he's going to shoot him. What did he, I mean, I didn't even look at his volume last game, but I know that he,
last game.
There you go. He shot 9. I mean, that's a lot. It's like PJ, same logic.
Yeah. Weirdly, I was looking at Cat assists as well. I kind of like Cat RA. There's a lot of Cat things to like in this game if you do like the over. But I can get down with his threes. It's a 2.5, you said?
2.5 for plus money, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. 2.5 plus money. He shot 9 last game. He shoots at least 5 every time he's out there. He had 4 against Denver once, 3 against Denver once. He had 4 against Phoenix once. Like he has those nights every series where he's gonna hit 4.
So it's funny that Cat's threes to over 2.5 and PJ's threes of over 2.5 is the exact same value.
Oh,
Over 2.5 for plus 142. And they shot exactly the same in game 1, but they both went 2 of 9, which is crazy. So I'll just read off what we have right now, guys.
okay.
V, what do you think? You like Cat, or you don't like Cat?
I do. I like the volume, and honestly, that big 3 that he hit to tie up the game, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those things that kind of like you carry that, and you carry that momentum. Like he's not gonna think about the 13 or 14 shots he missed through the first 3 quarters. He's gonna be thinking about that shot. He's gonna be thinking about they were in that game. He's gonna be thinking about we can't lose on our home court, right? And like as zesty as that guy is, he's a good basketball player. You know what I mean?
That's nasty.
So
He's zesty.
I can't. I don't hate it. The only thing that would frustrate me is classic Cat picking up 2 fouls early in the first quarter. Oh my God, I will be so mad.
Yeah.
100%.
But again, like we don't bet shit according to foul trouble and according to that kind of stuff. Like again, Derek Lively and Gafford are not the guys that are going to be drawing a lot of fouls, so he should really should not have that issue, in my opinion, either. It's just like the only thing that I can think of why I wouldn't take him. I think he has another big game today, or not another big game. He kind of shot the bed, but they need him to step up, especially if Anthony Edwards is tired, like he says he is.
All right, so we've got PJ for 3 threes. We've got Karl Anthony Towns for 3 threes.
Sorry, I just saw that.
Big Pergo Burr tonight. All right, we got PJ for 3 threes, Cat for 3 threes, Lively for 9 rebounds, Kyrie for 26 points, and Ant for 15 RA, and that's plus 11,603.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
5 guys, all to do either their line or just a skosh above.
What about the over?
Now you're just getting greedy.
Okay.
Hey, but
Could you imagine if we put the over in here and all this fucking hits and the over doesn't hit?
But I honestly don't even think the over would add that much because literally it's like this game.
It's correlated.
Has to go over for this. Yeah, it's correlated.
Just out of curiosity, if you took the under with this, it would be plus 40,000.
Yeah.
Whoo.
I mean,
If you take the over, it's only plus 14,000.
If you're putting 5 on the plus 11K, you can put like 150 on the plus 40K. You know what I mean?
You could place it twice.
Sprinkle. Do what you got. That's the beauty of it. It's your slips, chat. It's y'all.
You guys
slip.
do what you want.
Yeah.
I think we leave it at these 5. I feel pretty comfortable with these guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
So we can add the over for plus 14,000 if you're really feeling it.
No, let's keep it here. Let's post it here. Then we'll press our own buttons in our own little corner.
Can't wait for that slip from you later. Okay. Fuck it, we ball.
I have the Mavs money line placed as a straight from last night for plus 170, but this morning I saw it for plus 195.
WCLV.
Chat, I will, since Gerald's not going to post them himself, do you guys want Gerald's plays for today?
Especially because he hit a banger yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so he's got one SGP. It's got PJ Washington for 20 points, Jaden McDaniels for 15 points, Mike Connolly for 3 threes, Naz Reid for 3 threes. Now that's plus 15,000. And he watered it down to PJ 15, Jaden 10, Connolly 2 threes, Naz Reid 2 threes for plus 1,100 still. Those are the 2 plays he's rolling with today. So hopefully we're sweating that out too tonight.
Let's go.
Like hopefully it gets close enough for it to be a sweat.
Yeah, well, as long as this game stays within shouting distance, I feel like a lot of props are going to have a shot because that's kind of what happened in game 1. I feel like we could see a similar thing in game 2. Hopefully we don't get a Rick Carlisle situation in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Okay, just to recap for you guys. This is the Saucy 3. These are our 3 favorite plays of the day for you guys, put together into a parlay. Luka over 28.5 points from myself, Kyrie over 22.5 points from V, and then the Mavericks +6 from Sook. Play them all individually for a normal amount of units. Sprinkle the parlay with us for +369. However you guys are feeling frisky. Hopefully we get another one of these situations tonight. Hopefully we don't see this again. We'll find out. That's all we can hope for.
I got to pitch something
all right.
for NZ real quick before you do the housekeeping.
Go.
Mr. NZ sent this to me. He wants all the people to have it. So if you want to tail NZ, he's got this +272 ticket out. He just wanted everybody to ride it with him. Rangers money line and the Mavs spread.
I'm in.
I love an NZ 2-teamer.
Yeah.
Love a good NZ
These are
2-teamer.
the slips that everyone sees on Twitter greened out and wondering where did he post it. Now you got it.
Just for you guys. Just for you guys.
Pause. No
What's
Diddy.
the 5-pick parlay? Yep, I'll read off the lotto for you guys that you guys can ride out with us. The lotto will be posted nowhere, yet if it smacks, it will be posted everywhere. Plus 11,603. PJ Washington, over 3 threes. Anthony Edwards, over 14.5 rebounds and assists. Kyrie Irving, over 25.5 points. Derek Lively, over 8.5 rebounds. And then Karl Anthony Towns to hit 3 3-pointers, plus 11,603. Bang, bong, bang. Let's get a good game tonight, boys. Let's get a good game tonight. Game 2. We will be live with you guys on playback in 2 hours to sweat out this game. The 3 of us will be back on the screen with you guys watching Game 2 in Target Center tonight. Be sure to tap in with us over on playback. Give us a follow. We're like 40 followers away from being able to give way more tokens. And we had a lot of you guys come and kick it with us, man. So if you haven't ever watched, come and kick it with us over there too. It's a fun time. It's going to be good. Friday night vibes are high. Should be a fun time. Gents, pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Friday, baby.
Where it is, the 3 of us are getting fucking hammered on playback tonight.
I was gonna say Chad loves it when we get unhinged. So the playback is where that happens. Twitch is where we keep it professional and we come at you guys with the picks. But playback is where we go to get unhinged and sweat out our bets like a bunch of degenerates.
I love that we had so many people tap in from Twitter today. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
KS, I will read it off for you one more time. I'll do it nice and slow for the kids. PJ Washington for 3 threes. Everyone on playback, tune in. I do yell for once. You guys get to see me be unhinged, which is what everyone's looking for. PJ Washington, 3 3-pointers. Anthony Edwards for over 14.5 rebounds and assists. Kyrie Irving for 26 points, so over 25.5. Derek Lively for 9 rebounds. And then Karl Anthony Towns for 3 3-pointers. That's plus 11,000. The regular parlay, which is plus 369, will get posted on our Twitter literally in the next 5 minutes. So follow us already. If you guys aren't at Your Betting News, go follow Vsauce as per usual at Vsauce with 3 A's. Go follow Just Sook at Just Sook. Go follow me, Sweatpants Jesus. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News. Go follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. Go follow us on all the socials, guys. Appreciate all of you guys tapping in, man. And ladies, could not do this without you. So excited to have some more playoff basketball to talk with you guys for the next month and beyond. Got a lot to get to. It's going to be fun. Guys, you got any final words for the kids before we get out of here?
I love my teeny weeny beanie.
My croc bets, I will say that it's fucking minus 350, but the juice might be worth it. I have no plans, but I'm very self-aware of who I am. I mean, my ass will be at home, but I'm very self-aware, and I love you all for putting up with it.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be probably 5 minutes late, but we will be there by tip-off. That's for damn sure. So be sure to tap in with us. We'll post the link on our Twitter. Get involved with us over there. For everybody here at the All Sauce team, for all of us at Betting News, appreciate you guys. Have a kick-ass weekend. We will catch you guys tomorrow for Betspresso in the AM at 10:30 Eastern right here, and we'll catch you guys later on Playback. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. See you on the next one. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What
right
you know
here.
about rolling, rolling, rolling,
What you gonna do?
rolling, rolling,
What you gonna do?
down in the rolling, rolling, rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about